International Conference, Management Makes the World Go Around.
Learning for the Future in Management and Organizations. The title emphasizes the role of management and leadership for the development of our society, and it indicates the need for learning new concepts and practices of leadership. This frame made it possible to start the planning of the conference in detail. We had a message to convey, and we knew we would like leaders, consultants, audit experts and practitioners to participate. The guideline was, core competences for responsible leadership versus streamlined business-like usual programs of management education. So we invested some time in unfolding the global issue in some specific topics that would underline the dimension of a real paradigm shift. We collected through brainstorming a bunch of keywords to characterize the new paradigm of leadership: awareness, self-reflection, brain and heart, sustainability, resilience, creativity, arts, networking, software forms hardware, education linked to practice, practice linked to reflection, learning from inside, values, systemic views, considering system and environment, participation, and so forth. For the keynote speeches, we plan to invite experts in audit and HR from universities as well as from big enterprises and pioneers in developing new concepts and methods in management education, all dedicated with great experience and enthusiasm linked to our topics and goals. In order to emphasize the radical shift in the mindset about leadership, we also put a renowned scientist of brain research and neurobiology on the program. To develop a new concept of individual and organizational learning was one of our main goals, and therefore it should be looked at profoundly in different ways and from different complex perspectives: brain research, education, art, HR and audit management. We put together the program following the usual design of conferences: keynote speeches, plenary presentations and debates, workshops, paper sessions and some social events to support the engagement and the enthusiasm of the international community of participants. In order to get a broad picture about what is going on in organizations and enterprises as well as in business schools, that would illustrate changes in leadership, we identified a larger group of audit practitioners, scientists and artists with experience in organizations, whom we wanted to contribute to the conference. So we prepared the call for the paper sessions and workshops. In the first public announcement, we presented the purpose and the concept. Financial crisis, climate change or the oil disaster in the Gulf of Mexico, it is increasingly assumed that managers share the responsibility for these developments. How can managers learn the lessons of the crisis, and how can responsible leadership be actively lived in organizations? What kind of knowledge do managers and organizations need to meet these challenges? What, where and how should they learn in order to take responsibility for the whole corporation and its impact on its social and ecological environments? The conference will discuss new challenges for management learning in the light of economic crisis and climate change, and will highlight key experiences from both the practice of learning in organizations and new ways of teaching management and leadership in different parts of the world. During our planning sessions, we gradually became aware that we had to design our conference according to our topic and the messages we wanted to convey. The principles of new leadership would have to be the guideline for our design: self-reflection, participation, learning inside, brain and heart, and so forth. Our message of giving those principles a better stand within the leadership practice and education would only come across if we succeed to live these principles at the conference. So we also emphasized in our announcement the aspect of the collective discussion. The idea of giving the communication process a lot of space inspired us to expand our goals, to provide a strong appreciation for the collective effort of reflecting, exchanging and discussing. We created the idea of a white paper that would put the results on record and extend the impact of the conference on the debate of the issues in the future. The aim of the conference is to initiate and provoke a critical and reflective discourse on the responsibility of institutions, Organizations of Management Education and Management Learning for the Future. All participants shall share their expertise and exchange their reflections. They shall get involved and engaged in a process of communication with the goal to summarize the key results in a draft of a white paper that will stimulate the debate on the issue of management learning for the future.